Sat Sri Akal and good evening to all. In case you may not recognise me, I too am one of the many grandchildren of Darshan Singh, my Bapuji, who we are all honoured to be celebrating the 90th birthday of tonight. I was asked to speak about my Bapuji's history and life story. However, I'm 23 and my Bapuji has some 67 years in front of me, and within which many of you have shared experiences with him in your own right. Therefore, I will do it my way. Growing up, I remembered my impression of my Bapuji and that from a perspective of his children and parent, which in certain respects differed slightly. I have a feeling that by the time I was introduced into Bapuji's life, he had somehow softened a little. I know many have an immense respect and to a lesser extent a sense of fear and awe all at the same time for my grandfather. My grandfather was always someone who would never sit on the fence. He was and is a man of opinion and has never been afraid to express it. This, I believe, is where I can highlight the differential between generation prior to me and mine exists. For the prior generation would never seek to contest a word my grandfather would say out of respect, as this is how respect was shown, whether you agree or not. Yet I know if that it was anything that I did not completely concur with my dear Bapuji, and this could be anything from the way I had hung the clothes out, to the reasoning of his morals, to the basis of the particular battles in Sikh history. Well, there would be an intense discussion. Whilst our parents might say that this is the issue with the current generation, oh, what do they call them nowadays? Oh, the Generation Y. Generation Y, give it to you. For me, questioning my grandfather was not to disrespect him, but to challenge and understand why his opinions have been and are the way they are. For me, this helped me understand my grandfather and everything that made him the man he is today. And for this, I am able to respect him not because I have to, but because I truly do for the person that he is. Having a relationship with a grandparent, as I have with Bapuji, is truly special, and to further share many interests the same is fantastic. When I was in primary school, every weekend that my Bapuji was in Melbourne, we would head to the local shopping centre and Bapuji would buy me colouring books and lollies, both of which I loved. Later on, we would go for walks or runs in the morning. I would get up at 6 o'clock and Bapuji dear would be sitting there with his tracksuit and runners, having had been up for an hour and a half before that. Even if it didn't have the energy, the eagerness on his face would give me the energy to go and brave the Melbourne morning chill. It must have been the same expression on my face which compelled him to buy me colouring book after colouring book, weekend after weekend. Along those runs is where I learned of the one man that single-handedly helped deepen Bapuji's faith and also his trials when he had his first driving lesson, which he at the time referred to as an exceptionally frightening moment for him. The thought that the almighty granddaddy could be frightened of anything shocked me and at the same time gave me the insight to the man behind the title. Bapuji is everything a grandfather is supposed to be. Grand in all his brilliance, grace and integrity, and a father for all the value he places on his family and for all the unflinching love and care. Having had both our grandparents and a rich relationship for all of my 23 years to date has been something that I know I had and will always have, and with all the grandchildren, even those too young to realise right now, have and will truly cherish for all of our lives. Being part of a milestone by any feat, both your anniversary, Bapuji and Bibji, and also for your 90th birthday, my dear Bubs. I thank you for imparting your knowledge and always your love to all of us. Happy birthday.